Hi, this is Jennifer, your course facilitator. I'm going to show you just a little bit in this video about how to add a title slide and also how to add your audio recording into your Camtasia Studio timeline. Again, as I've told you in the past, those of you who are using Camtasia for a Mac, things are going to be a little bit different for you interface-wise, but I still think you can learn quite a bit by watching these videos. And again, always go to techsmith.com for some really good tutorials. I think you're going to appreciate those. First, let's look at how to create a title slide. There are two ways you can do it. You can create your very own title slide if you want. If you're pretty good with using images and also can use the text callout tool, then by all means you can create your own. Import media, import an image, use the callouts and select the text callout, and you can create your own really nice title slide. Otherwise, go to the library and look for these folders that have theme beside them. These are all going to have some title slides you might like. I'm just going to pick out one here and we'll use it. I'm going to go to this one. This one I know is a pretty nice basic title. If you double click any one of these things in a folder, you can get a preview of how it looks. So that's what it's going to look like. All I need to do is edit that ABC portion, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to right click this, add it to my timeline at the playhead, which is on 0. When that happens, you can see that my image just fell into the timeline. Okay, it's going to last for 5 minutes, which is the Camtasia default. And I get this window asking what size I want my video to be. I'm actually going to go with a size that's recommended for YouTube, since we're putting things on the YouTube website. So I'm going to go with a 1280 by 720 pixel size. And I'm going to say, yes, that's fine. And now the image itself is appearing on the screen, and when I press play, I've already got a 5-second video sitting here then, just made up of that one image. But of course the image isn't complete because the text reads ABC. So let's double click the image, which has then a call out that is attached to it. TechSmith's already fixed this for you, so it's got a text call out. All I need to do is highlight that and type in my title. And I'm just going to call it Storytelling with ThingLink. You can change your font type, you can change your type size, you can make things bold, italics, and so on. Just remember that first you have to highlight the words that you want to change. I'm happy with that. I think it looks okay. So I'm actually finished with my title slide. It's as easy as that. I go back to time 0, I play it back, and there's my video for 5 seconds. Now I just need to record some audio, and I can do that 2 ways. I'm going to quickly tell you one way, and then I'm going to show you the other way. If I go to this More button, and in some cases you'll see this in your lineup just depending on how you have things set up. If I click on this More tab, I can find a tab called Voice Narration, and when I click that, you can see this really simple voice narrator appears. I can go through the audio setup wizard here to make sure I've got the right mic selected, and I do. I'm going to cancel that though and not go through everything for you. I can tell my mic's working because the green bar is appearing here going back and forth. And at this point, all I really need to do is start recording and just record my narration. The biggest negative to using this tool, however, is that you can't pause yourself as you go. You have to basically read your entire narration and then edit everything within the Camtasia editor, which is not a huge deal, but it's nice to have the pause button. So instead of using that tool for this particular project, because it is a relatively long narration you're going to do, is use the record the screen button. This is going to allow you to record your screen and your audio for the period you need to record it. Then you can delete that video portion out because you really don't need that, and you'll have a nice audio sitting there. So let's click record the screen. Your desktop or something else will pop up, and you'll have the recorder appear. Now, if you really wanted to record your screen, the motions going on a website or on your Word document, whatever you have, you can extend this area, and whatever is within these little squares is the area you're going to record. You also want to make sure you've got the right audio going again. I want to make sure I've got the Samsung Go mic on. I'm going to not record the system audio because I don't want sounds and beeps from my computer itself to play. There may be instances where you want that to happen, however. You may have music and so on coming out of your computer you want to record. So just keep that in mind. It all depends on what you're doing, what your use. I'm going to make this very small, however, I really don't need any area to record a video because all I'm interested in is the audio. When I click the record button, I'm going to get a 3, 2, 1 countdown that appears inside the screen recording area. Then I just start speaking, and you'll notice there is a pause button that will appear, and I might actually use it just for a second just to kind of show you how it works. Then I'll record a little bit more, and then I'll stop it. So let's go with it. When you were young, didn't you love stories? Maybe your parents read to you each night. Maybe your teacher read to you in class. Maybe you loved to watch Sesame Street with story after story going on. How can we help our children in this digital age to have the opportunity to develop stories of their own? One great way is through ThingLink, a web application that helps students create media-rich images. Now, where was I? Let's see. Children today still love stories, and in fact, they need stories. What's going to happen after you hit the stop is that you will get a preview window and you can hear and see what's just been recorded. If you're happy with that, you'll hit save and edit. If you're not happy and want to re-record, you'll hit delete. I'm happy with it, I think. I mean, if I played it back, I would think, yes, I'm happy with it. I save and edit. I need to name this file, and you'll notice it's a CamRec. It's a Camtasia recording file, which means that it is only usable in Camtasia. So I'm going to name it Capture 1. I'm going to save it. I actually have one that exists already, but I'm going to replace it. And it will be imported into Camtasia. And now you can see I've got an additional track and an additional file on this track. Initially I had just the image. Now I have this audio file which actually has video embedded in it. The first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this additional video because, as you can see, it's taking up part of my canvas. I don't want this covering my real image. So I'm going to make sure that I'm going to make sure this file is selected, and to do that I can simply deselect outside the area, click it again to select, right click, separate video and audio, and when I do that, an additional track appears, and now I have, this is my audio track because you can see the audio wave, and this is the video area. I want to delete the video area, so I'm going to deselect everything, select only that video portion, delete it, and see the rectangle disappears. Now, my audio file is too far from the beginning of the video that I want to create. I want the audio to begin when the image begins. So I click the file, the audio file, and I drag it to the very beginning of the timeline, the 0 mark. Now when I play back, you may or may not be able to hear this audio, but it plays back with the image. Now, my image is going to disappear after 5 seconds, but I can extend the image through the entire audio by simply clicking the image, finding this double arrow at the end of the image, and dragging my image until I see that vertical yellow mark. That's going to take me all the way through the audio so that now when I play things back, everything is synchronized well. So that's pretty much how to do both the title slide and the voice narration using the Record the Screen tool. If you have questions, just post them on the forum.